Did you know Pokemon UNITE has a test server? And you don't need to be a content creator to play on it. Today I'll show you how. Most Pokemon will either get leaked or announced months ahead of their release date, which means you have to spend that amount of time waiting. The test server lets you bypass that completely. Unfortunately, it's only open to a select amount of regions right now. And if you're from North America like me, Europe, Brazil, or one of the regions left out, you may think you're out of luck. That's where I come in. I've partnered with channel sponsor Private Internet Access, which provides a VPN that allows you to trick the game into thinking you're allowed to play. Best part is you're not breaking any rules or the terms of service. As a heads up, there is going to be some ping when playing, but in my opinion, it's worth it to get access to a new Pokemon before anyone else. Step 1. Android users, visit this link provided in the description below. PC or Switch users, you will need to install an Android emulator. I use BlueStacks on my PC and it works quite well. In the description, I've also added my control setup, which you can import, as well as a program that allows you to use your Switch controller by plugging in the USB into your PC. Step 2. Download the APK and allow it to install. I recommend opening the app first to allow for any updates before the next step. Step 3. Using my link below, you can get 82% off a multi-year plan on a VPN that allows you to have access to the test server year-round. Step 4. Turn on the VPN and select Singapore as the region. There are other regions, but in my testing from Canada, this server worked best. Step 5. Launch a test server application and enjoy. Keep watching to see me play Dodrio, Scizor, Scizor, and any of the other new Pokemon on the test server. Dodrio is pretty fun to play, but its controls are kind of awkward. Most of its moves can't actually be aimed, they just go in the direction you're facing, so while it's not impossible to aim, it will require a little bit of getting used to. Also, Dodrio's got a pretty unique mechanic in that they have a special resource system called the sprint gauge. You gain sprint charge as you run around the map, and you lose it if you stop moving, so you always have to be on the move. Your bottom row moves, so Tri Attack and Drill Peck, get stronger with full charge, and they also consume it, as is your auto attack, which becomes a dash at full charge. And your top row moves help charge it, so you could either use quick attack in the early game, agility, or jump kick, and jump kick's got some really fun mechanics to play around with as well. So I'm excited about it. Kind of reminds me of Buzzwole with the muscle gauge charge, and that one of their moves helps charge it, the other move consumes it, and it's much stronger obviously once it's fully charged. But again, like I said, the controls on it are really awkward, and I only got to play it on the test server so far, which obviously I played with a little bit of latency. So it was a little bit awkward to play, but I think once it's on live and we're a little bit more used to it, we should be able to do some pretty crazy stuff. It's also got a completely new scoring mechanic that's exclusive to Dodrio, in that when you go to cap, all your Eos energy is split into 3, and you cap them individually, giving you an attack weight or Eos cookie stack every single time you do one of those split stacks. So it's pretty easy to get instantly stacked, and there's some pretty cool mechanics you can do with Dodrio as well. Never thought I'd say that I was a fan of Dodrio as a Pokemon, but I'm a big fan. I think it looks hella goofy, it looks really cool, and the gameplay is a lot of fun as well. Dodrio might be a speedster, but I'm not sure how safe it can be traveling at those speeds. You know what will keep you safe though? Is the sponsor of this video, Private Internet Access. I'm sure you know at this point, a VPN service can allow you to enjoy region-locked content from your favorite streaming services. What you might not have known is that Private Internet Access is one of the few VPNs that fully supports peer-to-peer file sharing and torrenting, which will normally alert your internet service provider, who can slow down your connection when downloading. Don't need to worry about that when you're on Private Internet Access. Simply connect to a local server in your area, and you won't notice any difference in download speeds. My favorite thing about Private Internet Access is that you get to install it on as many devices as you want, and it can protect up to 10 devices at the same time. I've got it on my PC, my phone, my BlueStacks emulator, my laptop, and my iPad. Use my link below to get 82% off and 3 months for absolutely free. If you thought Dodrio was weird and unique, Scizor is pretty crazy. Scizor is extremely unique, and the first Pokemon of its kind that can skip an evolution. At level 5, you get the option to choose between Dual Wing Beat and Bullet Punch. going Wing Beat leaves you as Scizor the entire game. Changes how your Unite move works. Dual Wing Beat itself is completely different than what Scizor would be able to get in that spot. And it sort of just plays a little bit differently. It feels like it does more damage, but it's a lot squishier. We'll have to see when the stats come out to really understand what's going on there. But both Scizor and Scizor have move reset on knockouts depending on a marked mechanic that they have. It makes me think that the potential on the Pokemon to be good should be pretty high. If you do select Bullet Punch instead of Dual Wing Beat, then you instantly evolve into Scizor. Bullet Punch gives some really good recovery, kind of reminiscent of buffed Close Combat on Lucario if you played for that patch. Combine that bulk that Scizor has with the healing, as well as the mobility that Scizor already has throughout their kit. I think it's going to be a really strong all-rounder once it's released. The Reggie situation like. Oh, we're waddling down. I don't even care, dude. They all died. But what is this shield that I have on me? They also give a shield, or is that just showing me that I had defenses? I feel like we should go for the Reggie. Ice is HP recovery. God, I can't super jump without my mouse. Unless they nerf the amount of damage this thing does, or lower its HP when you have it summoned for you, like, I feel like pushing with Reggie is just always the way. I'd say like 75% of the player base still thinks that... Wait, can I jump over here? Oh, you can. 75% of the player base still thinks that Tyranitar is getting buffed in the new patch because of the accidental fake news that was sent. Why does Scizor heal so much off his boosted? Or, I mean, off his Bullet Punch thing. The Tyranitar just instantly kills your shield. I think the healing doesn't proc on multiple targets though. They might be nerfing Sand Tomb, but everyone thinks that Ancient Power is getting buffed. Whoa, we're great class.